Cowboys 1D Ashley Landis, staff photographer Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott hands the ball to running back Ezekiel Elliott 21 during the third quarter of an NFL game between the Dallas Cowboys and the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday, November 5, 2017 at Ashley Landis, The Dallas Morning News by David Moore, Kate Hairopoulos, Jon Machota, Brandon George, Jean-Jacques Taylor, Newy Scruggs, Kristi Scales and Matt Mosley. It's time for another installment of the Cowboys Roundtable, where our veteran crew of beat writers and contributors break down some of the off-season's hottest topics. This roundtable features Sports Day's David Moore, Kate Hairopoulos, Jon Machota and Brandon George, NBC5's Jean-Jacques Taylor and Newy Scruggs, and Sports Day contributors Kristi Scales and Matt Mosley. In this installment, our team discusses what the Cowboys must do to make the Super Bowl in 2018. Scroll to the bottom of this page to let us know what you think. David Moore, any team needs more than 3 things to break its way in today's competitive climate to hoist the Lombardi Trophy. Sometimes, it's something no one can predict. Philadelphia losing Carson Wentz and turning to Nick Foles wasn't viewed as a positive by anyone, inside or outside the organization, but the end result was unexpected. Here, in broad strokes, are 3 things that must happen for the Cowboys to be contenders in 2018. 1. Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott must play off each other the way they did in their rookie seasons for a dominant, efficient defense. 2. The improvement a young defense showed in the second half of last season must continue. The Cowboys now have a strong front 7 with a physical, yet largely inexperienced, secondary. Mistakes should be down and turnovers up. 3. A creativity from the coaching staff that wasn't evident last season. No one is saying Jason Garrett and co. go wild or deviate from character. But some patterns and tendencies need to be altered. Kate Hairopoulos. 1. The Cowboys healed the passing game that was so clearly broken in the second half of 2017. There's reason for optimism and pessimism. If running back Ezekiel Elliott is eligible the whole season and returns to Pro Bowl form and the solidified offensive line is dominant again, that opens all kinds of opportunities for Prescott. Yet, the receiving corps is full of questions with tight end Jason Witten and longtime number 1 receiver Dez Bryant gone. They've got to be able to create big plays, which were sorely lacking in 2017. Can they have the same success when it comes to spreading the ball around, as they did in Prescott's rookie season in 2016? Some criticize the receivers as the worst unit in the NFL. 2. As mentioned before, Elliott and the O-line must return to 2016 status, being able to run the ball against anyone, the identity the team is built on. Elliott has no shortage of motivation after his 6-game suspension dominated the team's storyline last season. He's said he's the running back this team needs him to be. If that's indeed true, becomes clearer this season. 3. The Cowboys' formula trumps the rest of the league. The franchise always seems a bit off track compared to what others around the league are doing, whether investing more in the running game when most others are pass, or finally getting around to adapting more from the college game, as they intend to this season. Will their timing and execution finally be right this season? Ex-Cowboy Tony Romo finally makes a Super Bowl. As CBS analyst, that is. Jon Machota, stay healthy, lead the league in rushing and eliminate distractions. If Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, Sean Lee, Tyron Smith, DeMarcus Lawrence, etc. are healthy, the Cowboys should be in the mix. The problem is that hasn't happened very often. I say lead the league in rushing because generally if you are running the ball well, you're playing with a lead. The Cowboys are the best in that scenario because their entire team is built around the running game. Lastly, they need to be without distractions. Avoiding them doesn't happen often in Dallas, but doing so this year could help put them over the top. Brandon George, at the top of the list for me, is always health when you consider what it will take for an NFL team to reach the Super Bowl. In the salary cap era, no team has a ton of depth, so health is paramount for a playoff run. No 2 on the list for the Cowboys is a combination of Ezekiel Elliott leading the league in rushing and Dallas finding reliable red zone threats on offense now that Dez Bryant and Jason Witten aren't on the roster. On defense, the Cowboys need a comparable season to 2017 from defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence and need to rank in the top 10 in the league in takeaways. Jean-Jacques Taylor, 1. Linebacker Sean Lee needs to play 16 games because when he's healthy and on the field, he's one of the best players in the NFL and leads the defense. 2. The Cowboys need to have Allen Hurns, Michael Gallup and Cole Beasley combine for at least 180 catches and 2,500 yards. If they do, regardless of what Terrence Williams and a collection of unproven tight ends do, it means their no number one receiver approach worked. 3. Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott turn in performances a lot closer to their rookie seasons than their second seasons. Newy Scruggs, 1. The defense has to be in the top 10 in turnovers and top 12 in sacks. Defense can't be average in 2018. 2. Dak Prescott has to play quarterback at a Pro Bowl level in 2018. We need to see 2016 Doc. Cut down on the picks. 3. I should have made this number 1. Jason Garrett has to be better at adjustments during the game. Garrett and his offensive coordinator Scott Linehan have to be more creative. Watching Eagles win Super Bowl makes Jerry Jones say, "Why not us? What's wrong with us?" Kristi scales. First, the Cowboys need to get back to their identity as a running team, a team that can churn up the yards and the clock, and reach the end zone, the way they did in 2016. Zeke has stayed out of the spotlight this offseason, and he seems laser-focused on a return to form. If Zeke is among league leaders in touches and rushing yards and touchdowns this season, the Cowboys are staying true to what they say is their identity. And the formula will be the same as the 13-win season in 2016, control the line of scrimmage, control the clock, keep the ball out of the hands of opposing offenses, which gives the defense plenty of time to rest. Second, the defense has to record takeaways. The statistic most relevant to winning or losing in the NFL is the turnover ratio. Last season, the Cowboys recorded 21 takeaways. The Cowboys coughed up 22 giveaways. Their turnover ratio, -1, was tied for 16th in the NFL. Perfectly average. Thus, a barely above average record of 9-7 and just missing the playoffs. In 2016, when the Cowboys had a fantastic regular season record of 13-3, they finished with a turnover ratio of +5. That's because they had only 15 turnovers in 16 games, thanks to Dak Prescott throwing only 4 INTs in his rookie season. Third, the pass rush needs to be consistently disruptive. Because if the Cowboys' pass rush is consistently disruptive, then the defense has a chance for takeaways. How's the best way to help a revamped defensive backfield? Get pressure up front, which allows DBs on the back end to be playmakers. Certainly, DeMarcus Lawrence is motivated to duplicate last year's Pro Bowl season. A big payday awaits if he repeats in 2018 what he accomplished in 2017. If David Irving can stay on the field, he can be one of the most disruptive D linemen in the division. Irving needs to show he is consistent both on and off the field. The defense also needs Sean Lee to stay healthy. Matt Mosley, Zeke needs to revert to his rookie season and be a powerful force. Cowboys have to stay healthy on the O-line and at linebacker. They really seem to think Jalen Smith has hit a new level. Dak Prescott has to protect the ball while being able to keep defenses honest.